was.
All right, and we are live. Welcome back, everybody. Another Tuesday afternoon live stream here, checking in on what's been going on in the markets. There has been some interesting things going on. Nothing great. There's been quite a few hacks. There's been both a lot of hacks on the the broader ecosystems, big hacks, but also I don't know what happened in the last couple of weeks. Just from an anecdotal perspective, people that we know, a ton of people have gotten their accounts hacked. So be careful out there. There is apparently some new stuff flying around, new links. Always be careful. Never trust any links that are sent to you. Have things like browser malware detectors, use VPNs, do whatever you can do. But these are getting more and more sophisticated. And now they are working on AI tech to be able to deep fake people to even hack your centralized exchange accounts and pass KYC and stuff. So be extra careful out there. We're entering all sorts of crazy new territory with AI and deep fakes and things of that nature. But I'll start us off on a positive note here. What's going on, gents? How are we doing today?
Good. Good.
I mean, it's pretty crazy what's happening with the hacks. I know at least, or at least we know at least 2 or 3 people close up that has been hacked.
Yeah, just recently, actually.
Yeah, from last week or so.
Yeah.
Lots of things going on out there.
I would hope that Telegram would make some kind of like extra security, because at the moment, like recovering the accounts and overall like their security system is not that great.
Yeah, definitely recommend backing up your Telegram. It takes an hour or so to work in the background, but if you just go into settings, there's a data area where you can export your entire chat history. It'll save all your contacts, etc. So if you do get hacked and need to reboot that, you can. It's not a fun situation getting hacked. It can be an absolute nightmare, especially for people in our industry where 80-90% of our work on a daily basis is done in Telegram. So be extra cautious out there, guys. There's a lot of crazy stuff going on at the moment. Outside, not just talking about the war and things of that nature, but just in general, AI is changing things for better and for worse.
Yeah, always have 2FA.
And eventually, like, if you are a crypto project, you will have North Korea trying to hack you. Just be aware of that.
I like the filter test, though. It's like, apparently it's like the only proven method that still works. you gotta talk shit about Kim Jong-un.
What's that?
You gotta talk shit about Kim Jong-un. So there's like an interview with one dude. He's just like, call Kim Jong-un a fat loser. And the guy's just like, huh? Disconnects.
I've seen that as well. I've seen another one. It's apparently if they do like a layover of the face, if you put something like too close to it, it blurs it or whatever. And he's, put 3 fingers, hold up 3 fingers, and he's like, okay. He's like, no, I said hold it in front of your face. And he's like, keeps doing like this. Yeah. And he won't put it in front of his face. He eventually just hangs up. Yeah. Well, any North Koreans watching, just understand we don't have any money, so don't waste your time. I mean, if you want to deposit $1 million into our protocol, we'll take it.
We'll launder your money for you.
It won't be a very good investment in terms of like using $1 million to be the intro route to hack us, because you'll invest far more than you'll be able to get out. How are we looking on the charts here? I think probably another boring, choppy week here.
Yeah, I mean, it's really not much going on. I mean, we had a nice little recovery from last week's sell-off. Essentially, we just kind of like, we took out these lows. Market looked like it was free falling. Had a really strong day cat bounce now. Pretty much right at resistance, really. Like, we just kind of broke above that 38.2. Sitting right below that 200 SMA. I think a lot of this is predicated on like there's some like news tonight with the press conference from Trump. You know, the Iran deal is supposed to talk about it tonight. Today is like the deadline for like the peace treaty or whatever the fuck you want to call it. So maybe there's some front running. I think some people might think that there's going to be some positive news finally. So market is trying to possibly front run, but I wouldn't be surprised if something, one bad negative news or anything like comment wise, and then things would probably nuke again. This is a V bottom as well, so like it's not really like the most strongest bullish structure. I personally would rather see some kind of W, right? Something like that. A little bit of a consolidation would be a lot healthier. So right now, I think we're just like kind of stuck in a range again. So now we got the new bottom of the range here. And, top of range is up there. We came pretty close to the 38.2, which is generally where I always think first kind of like retracements do come down to. Those are your first stops. So the fact that we didn't tag it kind of means like, okay, there's still, more room for selling possibly to at least tag that. But this was a pretty decent amount. I think this was about like a 10% move already, which is a decent chunk in like the stock market. So really just waiting on whether this conflict is resolved with Iran. If it's going to be prolonged, then I do see this coming back down lower. But if things look good tonight, then I could see a counter rally, at least back into possibly the short reload zone. So there's still a lot of resistance, still a lot of levels we got to break through above. But yeah, I mean, that's kind of where we're at with that. NASDAQ's kind of the same thing. NASDAQ actually did touch this 30.2 almost as well. Sitting at 38.2 for a stop, 200 SMA above as resistance. So again, the market's just kind of waiting on tonight's. See what the press conference comes out to. Dow Jones actually hit 30.2, but again, resistance. So yeah, I mean, not much to do here. At least the selling kind of paused here for a little bit, but still gotta wait. Russell 2000 looks kind of decent actually. We got a little double bottom trying to come in. We actually did come into the reload zone twice. 200 SMA is below a support as well, so maybe the small caps might actually get a bit of life coming back in here. Oil, gold, I think people are probably interested in metals. For the most part, just kind of like sideways, consolidating. Gold was one that we took a long on 2 weeks ago. And yeah, double bottom broke out. And now we're just waiting to see if this will play out. We got the reload zone, got the 200 SMA support tag there, got the double bottoms. Momentum looks okay. We didn't really get oversold conditions or bullish divergence, so it is a little bit. It's a bit of a. We only got really 2 signals out of 3, but I still were kind of like how the double bottom looked. So I figured maybe a little bit of a swing trade possibly can come in here, especially like if the risk market does come back online and gold prices do start falling back down. Strait of Hormuz is open, then I could see this rallying back. Hopefully back up. So long on gold still, hanging on to that. Oil obviously is ripping higher and higher. I was a little concerned just because we were in this short reload zone and we kind of keep getting rejected. But this is a double bottom technically. So it looks like the double bottom is playing out right now. We do have some harmonic objectives too. If we are to go, A, B equals C, D. And then if we go to the top of the target there, it's about a 3-to-1, I guess, or 1.5 really, if you go by that. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. If we are to go higher, it's kind of looking at that area for major resistance. I still have a couple of oil names open, but we are also coming into that seasonal window where the oil season does typically end around May. So it's about like a month left really of this price action. Maybe they're going to time this war stuff with the seasonality stuff, who knows? Wouldn't be surprised.
But what's your prediction now? Like, let's say 2 months forward. Like, what are you waiting? Do you think the war will end or do you think it will escalate?
I don't know. It really depends on tonight and see what the press conference and whether Iran actually accepts whatever terms that they're talking about. from what I'm hearing, they're not, and Trump's just talking out of his ass. A lot of market manipulation right now. It seems like they're constantly like saying like, "Oh, like we're talking about peace," and then like 2 hours later, Iran's like, "What are you talking about?" And so clearly they are manipulating the market very blatantly, and so it's kind of hard to navigate. Seasonally though, like we technically have until May for oil. If the Strait of Hormuz isn't going to be open in the next month or two, then obviously oil should keep climbing, which would put a lot of pressure on the risk markets, on production, and pretty much our general life, right? Like everything needs oil. So we'll see.
Yeah, Iran just released their 15-point peace plan, or response to U.S.'s 15-point peace plan. Iran released their 10 points. We'll take a look at that in a little bit. But after reading through them, unless they're open to some heavy edits, I don't see an agreement coming anytime soon there.
Yeah.
Remember with the oil though, like all of their pricing is like their 2 weeks contracts. So what you're quoting now,
it's a future
which is
value.
yeah. So like, let's say we wait 2 weeks forward. I think oil is gonna pump way more still. Like I don't see how we're gonna put oil to go down when you have 20% of the all oil manufacturers basically down or destroyed. I would say this: please prepare. Please buy food. Please buy water. Can never have enough of water and food.
Yeah.
And especially like here in Asia, I don't know if you guys can see, but like Thailand is starting to ration. I do see similar things what happened with COVID. Like it's starting to slowly burn in, and then 1, 2, 3 we have lockdowns and rationalities and shit.
Yeah.
I'm not having it if they try and pull another stay home just so we can save gas and fight the war. No.
Dude, they just announced today in Indonesia that jet fuel is running out, so they're capping some flights and also raising the fuel prices on planes. So yeah,
yeah, Vietnam's done a little bit of that with domestic flights, but they have gotten a few deals done recently with Russia and some other people to get some more fuel sent here. So at least for the time being, things look okay. But yeah, I mean, this is if it seems like a stupid problem to have. Like, why is one little tiny piece of the ocean causing, it shouldn't cause this much trouble for the worldwide resources? Like, start building. The U.S. has had an embargo or a freeze on building new refineries for however long because of fucking birds and plants or some shit. The environmentalists won't let us refine any more oil. Like, the U.S. has plenty of oil. We don't need other people's oil. Like, and we could be supplying plenty of other people. That same goes for many other places and many other countries. They could be building pipelines and refineries and whatever, but instead it's, these power dynamics that allow them to create these kind of situations. It just doesn't need to be this way.
I'm kind of like speculating now, like especially with BTC, with the miners, because remember, it's an energy play. Like if you mine BTC, energy is the biggest capex and opex. And basically, what will happen now when energy prices will go up? Like, is this bullish or bearish for BTC? I don't know. There's been a lot of bearish cases now, like, hey, how the miners are going to survive this. So interesting to see, like, how the hash rate and other things will move up or down, and the use cases for BTC.
Yeah, no kidding. Hopefully it doesn't affect it too much. I mean, like, speaking of Bitcoin, like, we've just been kind of sideways consolidating here. So like it's trying to break in. It's
give me that 40K Bitcoin, baby.
I mean, I would like that too, but like at the moment, I wouldn't mind a little swing trade back to the highs here. We've been in this long for like fucking months now, it feels like.
How brutal would it be if they pump up to 90 and everybody's like, fucking bull market's back on, and then straight down to 40?
Yeah, I mean, that's probably what we'll probably see, to be honest.
Brutal.
The market is designed to inflict the most pain. Okay, so like you gotta think like how people are positioned and like what would be the most painful for most of the people, right? I'm sure most people are trying to long this right now, and so the most painful would be like short,
But
especially
let's
if it goes back to like 90K. You're gonna see like 90% of the retail and like just amateur traders coming in being like bull market, and then like max long at 90K, and they're gonna get blown up.
But I would say this, like, if you look at the holders at the moment that are holding BTC, like, let's say there's 4 million BTC that will never be recovered. There's
Hmm.
going to be what? There's 16 to 50 million BTC left. Most of that is already in hands of like institutions like BlackRock, like
Yeah,
other family funds and family offices, plus pension funds. Like they don't move. They don't want liquidity that much. They don't need it. Like they will sit
They,
with these prices.
yeah, I was just actually see if I can find the article again here. Yeah, just in quarter one of 2026, 60 individuals have sold 62,000 Bitcoin, and businesses. So these, uh, businesses have bought up 69,000 Bitcoin. So it's shifting out of the hands of individuals and into the hands of governments, funds, ETFs, businesses, the
perfect.
BlackRock, Microsoft,
Exactly what Bitcoin was designed
MicroStrategies.
for.
Yeah, exactly what we wanted.
Is exactly what Bitcoin was designed for, to give it to the corporation
It's only CC that can
institution.
break BTC and wreck the market with his big stash.
Oh, I gotta love it, man. Wall Street wins again. Wall Street always wins, boys. Never fight against Wall Street. But yeah, I mean, so we got this little smaller daily double bottom again coming in here. If that can pop and break out, that would be good. But it's facing a lot of resistance lately. Like even like this 38.2, right? We still have to break above this little barrier, which is taking forever. It seems like it doesn't want to go. It's like stuck. But the good news is it's not like losing its lows. It's not dumping really heavily. It's just like we're just stuck. And I think a lot of it is due to like just the general like events that are going on right now. It's not a very bullish like sentiment market, you know, and so it's kind of hard for like these things to kind of explode to the upside. What we might see is just like a range like this for a little while, a little attempt, and then we start losing the lows again. Um, or if we're lucky, we can at least break out a little bit and at least test the reload zone, perhaps, right? That would be nice to at least test some of these lows again. Um, but again, if the war progresses, if things look bad on the horizon, then I find that it's going to be a strong case to like, you know, a pause in the bull cycle. And it's still in a downtrend if you think about it, right?
And
Higher lows, highs, lower lows.
everybody's been expecting something to happen in the markets with midterms coming up this year, but it seems that this administration does not give a fuck about losing every single possible position they can during the midterms, because they're running their cruise ship full speed ahead into the iceberg at the moment. And despite all the polls turning against them, even their strong base turning against them, they seem not to care. So they're
Well, I think it's like they did care and they thought this was going to be an easy win and this would be like a bonus for them. But I think it just did the complete opposite effect of like, oh shit, you actually pissed off everybody by doing this. And now, like, I'm pretty sure they're going to lose the midterms because, like, who the fuck wants to support this guy or this
I think this
party?
has been in the plans, in the works for a long time. I don't think it would have mattered. They don't really care about public sentiment at this point for some reason.
I mean, the public never really had a voice, to be honest.
Fair enough.
They needed oil, man. They needed oil. I'm telling
They
you.
got Venezuela. What more?
First
What more do you
Venezuela.
need?
Yeah, but like first Venezuela, they cut everything out from Russia and China. Now they got Iran away, so they got again like Russia and China on their hands, and now they got the Middle Eastern countries that can't produce oil. So what do we have left? We have America, we have Canada, and U.S.
Well, Russia's
Biggest
got oil.
countries now.
Yeah, Canada needs to start ramping up their.
Canada's
Canada's
And
got
Russia
everything.
is fucked. Russia is also fucked. Like Ukraine took down 20% of all their all their oil supply. So things are
Yeah,
not
I think
looking great for other people.
Good times.
good times. At least the one positive news about Bitcoin that I'm starting to really like is that we are starting to form a weekly double bottom here. So we're getting closer and closer. So we got this part, we got the second leg. Oh shit. And essentially, we just needed to break above that neckline. Once we get that, we got our nice weekly W. Weekly Ws are a very bullish signal generally. That's usually when it gets me quite excited. And this time around, we actually got a bullish divergence in the MACD. So that's confirmed. We're quite oversold as well. And we are in a reload zone technically if we're off of this range here. And so I do see a case for the bulls for Bitcoin, especially if we do get that confirmation on the weekly. And then we got gaps above that we need to fill still, just above. I think 90K is realistic. So just waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. The good thing about the sideways consolidations is it gives it time for this to build, right? And as that builds and we get the confirmation, then we have a setup. And setups are always good. I'm technically long in Bitcoin still. I have a dollar cost averaging plan there. Bought some at 60K, bought some more at 68 on this double bottom here. And so now I'm just chilling, waiting to get some kind of swing trade in there. Ethereum is also, just looking decent, sideways consolidation, double bottoms are trying to come in. We're right up against the reload zone. I do think it's only a matter of time before something pops here, but I think it's really we need to get past this oil fucking conflict. Once that's kind of settled, I think things will look better. Capital will come back, risk market will be happy. But who knows? We're getting close to summer as well. Seller may walk away. So, I don't know, maybe this could be setting up for a big trap.
But to be honest, we're in the same levels before Trump got elected. If you look at BTC, for example, we are exactly at 65, 70.
Yeah, it honestly hasn't done anything, man. It's been quite a boring market. We still have these lower ranges we still got to hit up, but yeah, we're just waiting. And that's the hardest part of the cycle, where you just have to wait. The good thing is, it's consolidating. It's not losing any lows. There's no wild volatility anymore. It's just sideways, and that's okay. Just a ranging market. Same thing for alts. Everything is just sideways consolidating. Really not much going on. I don't think alts are really going to perform unless Bitcoin ETH start breaking out. Obviously, there are outliers out there where certain names are popping. But it's just you got to pick your battles in a sense, right? Like Zcash actually looks decent. We're in a reload zone, we got double bottoms forming, nice structural validation. We were oversold back here. We did have a bullish divergence. There's no bear divs to counteract that at the moment. So there are signs of some of these names that okay, maybe there are possibilities, Stargate still rallying. So it's really just you just gotta pick your battle. Find the names that are consolidating against above the ranges. Look for the divs. Look for the oversold conditions. Look for the double bottoms. And then those are probably going to be your plays. Even Tau, right? Tau came bottom of the range, bullish divergence, oversold, double bottoms, and off you go. So that's kind of what you want to look for. Monad, same thing. Reload zone, bullish divs, oversold, off she goes. So you just got to pick. You just got to find the right ones. I personally, these are kind of the ones I picked, and they're all kind of doing shit right now. Just sideways. Really not doing too much. There's zero. I think I'm gonna hop off on scratch there probably now. Pendle actually got stopped out, so that one's done. So yeah, I mean, I personally I'm not too interested in altcoins. Mostly just trading Bitcoin and equities and metal and some oil.
Or hype.
But yeah, that's it. That's all I got for charts today, guys.
All right. Well, time for the happy portion of our show. We get a look at the war and hacks and all sorts of fun stuff.
Nice. I'm always positive with this.
Yeah. As I mentioned,
I'm almost sleeping when Andrew is talking.
Well, as mentioned earlier, really the big thing that's going to continue to drive markets is just the war that's going on in Iran. The peace deadline was issued. It's hard to take anything seriously now. We're just hearing multiple things from both sides. So, but there was a 15-point peace plan put forward by the U.S. over the weekend, or maybe it was yesterday. It was finalized. Iran's come back with their 10 points. I don't see a lot of these getting agreed to. Guaranteeing that Iran will not be attacked again, permanent end of the war, not just a ceasefire. I think those are both, possible. Into Israeli strikes in Lebanon. That's going to be an interesting one. Lifting of all sanctions on Iran. That's going to be a stretch. Iran has been under pretty heavy sanctions for a long time. Into all regional fighting against Iranian allies. I don't even know who that would all even include. But again, that one's going to be a hard one to guarantee. And in return, Iran would open the Strait of Hormuz. This one's good. Iran's going to impose a Hormuz fee of $2 million per ship. Don't see that one getting agreed to. I mean, how many ships travel through there a day? A lot, I got to imagine. Let's see.
But I actually believe there was one point about the fleets not being US or Israelis.
It's gonna be in Chinese yuan.
Okay, so over somewhere between 100 and 140 ships a day. If you're charging $2 million each, they're pulling in over $1 billion a week. Just easily over $1 billion a week, probably closer to almost $2 billion a week, if that $2 million per ship gets put into place. And before the war, there was no fee on the of Hormuz. So
that would make oil very expensive.
Make everything very expensive. So
I don't see this going through. I just don't see.
No way. There's no way. There's. What I mean,
Iran would then also make the rules for the safe passage through the Strait of Hormuz, whereas previously, I can't. Who did it say previously was in charge of this? Basically, UNCLOS is an international custom laws of the international sea dictated the Strait of Hormuz, and now Iran's saying they're going to say what goes on in the Strait of Hormuz, and they're going to charge you $2 million to send a ship through there. So, so I don't see most of this going through. I don't know what kind of counter proposal you can even make to this. So we'll see. But yeah, I'm not super hopeful on a quick resolution here today.
No, I think they're gonna drag this out as long as they can.
Expect some fun tweets tomorrow from Trump when he gets up and reads this here in a few hours.
All you gotta do is just look at all his friends, look at their accounts, look at all their investment portfolio, see which ones are investing in oil and shit. See who's getting paid.
I could not believe the tweets that he sent during Easter, especially fuck you, fuck this shit. I'm like, this must be fucking meme or something. But then I went there and saw it myself. I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah, it's don't they have a press team that's yo, don't do that? What are you doing?
Yeah, I have no idea. No idea. It's more that 4D chess, right? Well, the biggest story over the last week has been the drift hack. At first, when it came out, people thought it might have been an inside job, as it the source of the hack. Someone actually got access to, I believe it was one of the seed phrases for a Gnosis safe wallet, something along those lines. Anyways, long story short, it comes out as North Korea. This is one of the more elaborate schemes that they've put on. They sent actual agents in person to different conferences to meet face to face with people. This played out over, I think, 18 months or something like that. They even dumped over $1 million of their own capital, deposited into Drift, TVL, to try and make it more legitimate. And when all the pieces are in place, yoinked $280 million. Yeah, if you read this full story, if you haven't dove into it yet, it's pretty intense what they went through. Built a 6-month working relationship, as I mentioned. Went to conferences, met people face to face. You never know who you could trust. Sorry, Andrew. I think you're just gonna have to stop doing business with anybody that looks like you from now on.
I knew it.
Anyone that looks like Andrew from now on, just assume they're a North Korean agent.
But to be honest, there were so many different things here that went like fucking idiotically wrong. Like, why would you have your fucking seed phrase somewhere stored? Secondly, like, if you have $280 million and what, you had 6 signers, I believe. Like, even with the signing itself, like, there's like a certain protocol that you need to have. And that's like you have a computer that never touches anything, or you have even third-party tools nowadays where you can actually like get a third-party security team just to handle that. Like, I think from like a crypto perspective, an industry's perspective, we deserve more. I mean, like $280 million. That's so much money.
What I can't speak obviously to the Drift team itself, but I know a lot of teams. I've been on teams where, you know, when you have a process where there's 6 fucking signers on a thing, they're not reading everything that goes through to sign. Someone gets a DM, hey, I need you to sign this, and they go sign it. They don't read it. They just click accept on their wallet. And like, those are the kind of things, like you said, if you don't have a protocol in place, if you're just adding, you know, because we have 6 founders, we're going to put all 6 of them on this so everybody feels cool, and nobody's actually, you know, you don't have an SOP in place. You don't have systems in place. You know, you're just DMing each other, hey, I need you to go sign this. How easy is it? We've seen in the last week for major, like, legit crypto people that have been around this industry a long time, get their Telegram account hacked. And it takes one message, hey, I need you to sign this. And boom, it goes to $280 million out of your bankroll. So yeah, the tools like, you know, multi-sig wallets are very powerful, but if you don't have a protocol in place to use them properly, these kind of things can happen. So, you know, try and take good lessons from this, because these attacks aren't going to stop. Interesting timeline here. North Korea, the Lazarus Group, these are just the ones they've been able to, you know, theoretically tie strongly to them. But over 40 DeFi protocols have been hacked. Bybit, obviously, 2025, the 1.5 billion, the largest ever. You know, a year later is another over $250 million out the door there. But they are active. They're guaranteed working on new protocols to hack right now. So you always be careful. You know, you cannot take OPSEC and, you know, security, especially if you're a major protocol where it's not just your money, it's other people's money. You cannot take that lightly.
Yeah, again, if you see Andrew in any live event, just run away.
Look, Kim Jong-un is not that bad, guys. He's not that bad. Okay.
Remember, there's one foolproof test here, as Andrew mentioned before. This is the video of one of the hackers trying to get access to I think it was an interview or something he was in. But you just got to ask them to insult Kim Jong-un. And if they can't do it, if you press them on it, you know, at least for now, at some point, maybe Kim Jong-un will issue a blanket pardon for people that are to help them get around this. But for now, it seems to work. And it's not just the Lazarus Group. It's not just North Korea that's trying to hack people. Just this year, quarter 1, 2026, 35 DeFi protocols have been hacked. 453 million in less than 4 months. January was 103 million, February 24, March 41, and April $285 million so far. It's the 7th. We're 1 week into April. Almost $300 million has been hacked in the first week of April. So who do we have on here even? What are some of we get? Step, I remember that one. Aperture, PolyQ, I remember that. IoTex, Resolve. Solve BTC was a big one. I remember hearing about those guys getting hacked. Oh man, Goose almost lost 9K.
But yeah, I mean, like, here comes the question: like, if you're doing DeFi and you're getting yield, like, if your counterparty risk is this high of a protocol being hacked and you can't get any money out? I think we as an industry, we need to go forward. We definitely need to like have better OPSEC, and especially now when AI is coming, like this is going to be much, much worse constantly. Quantum computers will come soon, and that will be even worse.
Yeah, I think we talked about that last week. The quantum computer scare. That was one of the big stories we covered. And since then, there's been a ton of backlash on that article. Apparently, most of what was being reported in that article was really just a hit piece by an Ethereum Foundation guy trying to FUD Bitcoin. So a couple different articles here. Oh, where's the first one? Yeah, quantum computer just broke Bitcoin, except it didn't. Not even close. So apparently everything that was published in that letter was in the Google Quantum AI that they published was pretty far-fetched, far away from where they are on both from a technical perspective as well as a capacity perspective, even having the electricity to start producing things at that level. The other big I guess thing they were discrediting is that Bitcoin's not really working hard enough to become quantum, get past the quantum jump there. I can't think what I'm talking about. What I'm looking for is, but Adam Back, very famous OG Bitcoin guy and Epstein file friend, came out saying that that that's not true. There are lots and lots of people working on this problem right now. That just in his company alone, they got over 20 people specifically set on the quantum issue. So I think last week there was a lot of FUD around that. Guy who wrote the paper calls himself a Bitcoin security researcher. It turns out he actually works for the Ethereum Foundation. I saw some pretty funny memes that when he originally published the article and he started getting all the attention, he had forgot to change his his LinkedIn header. It was still as Ethereum Foundation, so he had to go change it quick to a Bitcoin researcher. But certainly not unbiased work there. A lot of quantum entanglement, quantum AI versus reality. They can currently do 96 entangled logical qubits today. Only 100,000x from where they need to be. So the BIP 360 quantum resistant is live on testnet. So definitely something you got to be prepared for. Got to be, it's good to see people working towards, but the alarm bells that were going off last week seem to be a little overhyped, apparently. This though, we talked about before, definitely not overhyped. Stop selling your damn Bitcoin to BlackRock. Come on, people. What are we doing here? I get it. Times are tough, but I think most of these people selling is not because they're not eating and trying to keep the lights on.
It's because coffee is $20. It's because buying food is very expensive. Actually, in Estonia, funny, I'm getting pictures time to time, but buying cucumber and tomato is $4 to $6 already.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Stop eating cucumbers, Jan.
Not eating tomatoes.
Yeah, that's wild.
I gotta imagine though, there's just these individuals that are selling are panicking investors for the most part. They're not starving individuals.
Yeah.
I just don't think there's enough retail presence in Bitcoin yet for that to be this much just in Q1. Token launches continue to be absolutely miserable. 6 token sales since 2025 have yielded positive returns.
Oh, no way.
Wow. Long list here of new token launches going straight to zero.
Yep. Sounds about right. We try to warn people, but nobody ever listens.
Well, and our Mr. Jan here getting quoted in an article on the block today. I'm not able to open it. They won't let us open this where we're at here. Oh, will they? Oh, we got through this time. All right. No.
Close.
Country we're in doesn't like anything from the UK, any UK publications, but I mean, that .co is probably not letting us through there. But anyways, why are crypto tokens trading at 90% discount to the secondary market? Well, I think maybe this partly has something to do with it. All the money is right now. Nobody is bullish on token. We've talked about in the last couple of weeks here. People, a lot of that's shifting to equities right now. These money markets move quick. As soon as they see that, cash cow is running dry, they're on to the next thing. Now, it doesn't mean they're not going to be back at some point, but
halving event. Wait for the halving event.
Yeah, how long do you? Yeah, I mean, do you see it taking that long before the secondary market start to come back?
I do think in the end of the year it's gonna get better, but obviously, it's just there's not a lot of liquidity. The problem is the liquidity problem. Usually when there's war or famine or things like this, liquidity gets dry, very dry, quickly. Yeah. And you can see in the credit market also, bonds, they're going high. Credit market is absolutely destroyed. I don't want to be a doomer though, here, but it's definitely hitting a lot of people. And on M&A, we can see the numbers. A lot of companies are not doing great. So what's the reason of buying shit coins? There's really not. Obviously, there are still good deals. Like I said on the quotes, if you have good exchanges and good liquidity still and decent volume, I think it's worth buying, especially if you're getting 70 to 80% discount.
Yeah, and anything that's over 6 months, a year is going to be in that ballpark, 50% plus.
Yeah, I think it's worth it. I don't see why not. But yeah, interesting article. Recommend to read it if you can have access to it.
Where's the other one? Here we go. Yeah, on the M&A side, quick deal to highlight this week. Last week we talked about the different sectors that we are seeing as the dominating sectors right now for M&A in terms of our mandates. One of those was Acquire.Fi. Great Acquire.Fi asset that we've got on our books right now. It's profitable crypto casino, doing about 300 GGR a month, 300K a month. Got over 2 million in reserves. 4,000 games integrated. I think the big story here on this one, this is a team that's been around for almost a decade now. This website's been, it's a legacy brand, been around for a long time, has a very strong core user base. It's proven this isn't something that just started making money, last year. So if you are in the space, we're seeing a lot of Web2, traditional online casino types start to come into the Web3 space. From what we are hearing, one of the fastest growing player segments are all Web3 players. They want to deposit USDT, USDC, Bitcoin, Ethereum, whatever, and they want to withdraw on chain as well. So a lot of the traditional casinos are now trying to move into Web3, acquire assets there as a way to get into the market faster. Whether they're trying to acquire new games, new audience, new users, etc., licenses. But this is a great asset if you are in that space. If you're in the Acquire.Fi space, looking to grow your footprint, looking to bring on a proven existing company with a solid audience and a great business. Let me know. You can hit me up on Twitter, on Telegram, on LinkedIn, anywhere quality M&A deals are found. Outside of that, I think that pretty well covers what's been in the news this week for crypto. It's gonna be interesting to see what we hear from the White House in a few hours as they come back online, and how the rest of this week turns out. We saw a little bump, as mentioned at the beginning of the live stream, with talks of the peace deals over the weekend. Saw oil chill out a little bit and some of the other markets recover, but right back into it.
Yeah, very back and forth.
So
we're still bullish. Don't worry. At least if you own crypto, it can't be confiscated. Remember that.
Unless you get hacked by North Koreans.
Remember what we always say: don't trust anyone that looks like Andrew.
Yes.
All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Stay safe, and we'll see you next week. Later.
Ciao.